Hi, this is Nimla Rednam. In this video, we are going to solve the sums from exercise 7.1 and 7.2 from the chapter Comparing Quantities, NCERT textbook class 8. In the previous video, we looked at the synopsis, that is, we discussed the concept of ratio, percentage, and then discount and different types of taxes. Now, in 7.1 and 7.2, we will be dealing with sums regarding these concepts. So let's look at the first solved example that they have given. A picnic is being planned in a school, right? And they're saying that 60% is girls, right? They're saying 60% of them are girls, and that 60% happens to be 18. So from this, as we discussed the percentages yesterday, I told you 60 out of 100, okay, is the same as actual number is given as 18, right? So 18 out of what is the total? Let us call it x, right? From this you can say that x is equal to, if you cross multiply, you're going to get 100 by 60 into 18, right? And when you simplify this, you're going to get the total number of students in the class, right? So you can cancel this 0 and 6 threes, therefore you will get the answer as 30, right? So this is what we got from the first piece of information. Then they're saying the picnic is picnic site is 55 kilometers from school. Transport company is charging per kilometer 12 rupees, right? So now the total cost of refreshments is also given. Let us look at what is it that they're asking us to find out. They're asking us to find the ratio of girls to boys. This we have already calculated, right? Because I know the total is 30 and girls is 18, and girls to boys is 18 is to 30 minus 18 is 12. So you will get the answer. If you simplify it in 6 table, you will get 3 is to 2. So that is your answer for the first question, right? The next question that they're asking us is the cost per head if two teachers are also going with the class. So you have the total strength of 30 plus 2 will become 32. So you have to be dividing it by 32. Let us look at cost. Now what are the costs? What are the costs that they're going to incur? One is transportation, right? And the other is the refreshments. Okay, refreshments is straight away given to us as 4,280. What about transportation? I have 55 kilometers, right? And you have to go back after the picnic, which is one more 55 kilometers, and that's total of 110. And per kilometer it's 12. So total cost will be, when you multiply with 12, you're going to get the total cost. So now this is the transportation cost and this is your refreshment cost, and then when you add these two, you will get the total expense. Now I need per head, so what I'm going to do is, whatever is the total expense, I'm going to divide it by 32. 30 students plus 2 teachers. The answer is 175, right? So this is about the second question. Next, they're asking us, if their first stop is at 22 kilometers from school, what percent of the total distance is it? Okay, what percent of the distance is left to be covered? Now, if I calculate the first percentage, the second one is going to be 100 minus that, right? So, what is 22 kilometers out of 55 kilometers? Simply 22 by 55 into 100 is what is going to give you the answer. Okay, so 22 by 55 is 2 by 5 into 100 is nothing but 40%, right? So that is how you will calculate the percentage. And the remaining is 100 minus 40, so the answer will be 60, right? So this is somewhere you can understand how the percentages are calculated. Next question. In a primary school, the parents were asked about the number of hours they spent per day in helping their children to do homework. There were 90 parents who helped for half an hour to 1.5 hours. The distribution of parents according to the time for which they said they helped is given in the adjoining figure. 20% helped for more than 1.5 hours per day, 30% helped for half an hour to 1.5 hours, and 50% did not help at all. Okay. Now here, if you must have, if you must have noticed, okay, this 50, 30, 20 is going to make up 100%. But there is one particular category, half hour to 1.5 hour, which is this category, right? Half hour to 1.5 hour, where they have given me both the percentage as well as the actual number. Now this is the key. Now this is where you're going to find out, you are given an extra piece of information to calculate and find the answers for all the questions. So here, let us look at the first question. How many parents were surveyed? That is what you're going to get when you look at 30% is nothing but 90. What I mean to say is, let us look at it on a piece of paper. So here I have, we are doing the sums from 7th chapter, comparing quantities, right? Okay. So they're saying that 30% is nothing but the number is 90, right? So 30 out of 100, okay, is the same as what out of 90 out of what, okay? 90 is nothing but equivalent as 30 out of 100. So now from this, you can find the value of this total number of parents, right? So if I cross multiply, I'm going to get 90 into 100 by 30. Okay. So this is going to give me the answer as 300. So now you can see that the total number of parents that were surveyed is nothing but 300. Okay. So that is your first question. Next, they're asking us, how many said that they did not help? Now you can see that the percentage of the parents who are saying that they did not help. You can see here, the parents who did not help, the percentage is nothing but 50%, right? So here it is 50%. Now what is this in terms of the actual number of parents? Now I know the percentage, I need to calculate the number corresponding to that. So what we are going to do is half of 300, right? Because 50% is half. So 50 out of 100 means, what is the actual number of parents that do not help out of 300, right? That means the answer is 50 by 100 into 300, which is nothing but 150. Half of 300 is 150, right? So that is your answer for the second question in the try these. Next, let's look at the next question. They're asking you how many said that they helped for more than 1.5 hours. Now you can see here, more than 1.5 hours is 20%, correct? In the pie chart that they have given, this is the segment that is more than 1.5 hour. So what is 20% of 300? So that will give me my answer, right? So let us look at what is 20% of 300. 20 by 100 is equal to how much out of 300? Okay, implies it's nothing but 20 by 100 into 300, which will give me 60. That means that 60 parents claim that they do not help at all. Sorry, they help for more than 1.5 hours. Okay, so that is about the try this question. Pretty straightforward, but it's a good exercise to understand the percentages and how to actually put it into practice after understanding the concept. Next, let's look at the exercise 7.1. Look at the first question. Find the ratio of the following. So they're asking us to find the ratio of speed of a cycle, okay, to that of a scooter. And the first thing, like I told you, the first thing that we're going to check is the unit the same for both of them? kilometer per hour. It is the same. So simply 15 is to 30, which is nothing but 1 is to 2. That is my answer. Right? Next question. 5 meters to 10 kilometers. Now here clearly the units are not the same. So please convert the units. You will get 5 is to 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So you will get 10,000 here, which is nothing but 1 is to 2000. So that is my answer for the second question. And then I have 50 paise to 5 rupees. Again, I need to convert rupees to paise, and I'm going to get 50 is to 500, right? Which is nothing but 1 is to 10. So this is your first question. Very straightforward. Only thing you need to remember, like I told you, you need to take care of the units. Next, convert the following ratios to percentages. Now, when you have a question like this, converting from ratios to percentages, simply multiply the given fraction by 100. You will have your answer. Okay. So here I have 3 by 4 into 100 will give me 25, so 75 percentage. So that is my answer. Okay. Next, 2 is to 3, 2 by 3 into 100. Now here 3 is not a factor of 200. So you're going to get fraction, and it's going to be 66 2 by 3%. Right? So this is the second question. Next, 72% of 25 students are interested in maths. How many are not interested in maths? Now here, let us look at it. So I have exercise 7.1. I'm looking at the third question. They're saying that, look at the question, they're saying 72% are interested. Okay, and I want the number that is not interested. Now, if 72 is interested, how many are not interested? Clearly, it is going to be 100 minus 72, right? Correct? So, because the total is going to be in percentage, the total has to add up to 100. So, not interested is going to be 100 minus 72, which is nothing but 28. So, 28% are not interested. So, again, I'm going to write our ratio here. I have 28 out of 100 not interested, right? And that means how many out of, what is the total given to us? 25, right? So that means my answer is going to be 28 by 100 into 25, right? So that is nothing but 7 students. So 7 students are not interested in maths. Okay, it's a very good ratio. Any maths teacher would be more than happy to go ahead with this. Only 7 students out of 25 are not interested. Very easily manageable. Next question. A football team won 10 matches out of the total number of matches they played. If their win percentage was 40, then how many matches did they play in all? So, in every sum that you come across, you must have noticed that you have the ratio x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. 3 of them are given to you, and you have to find the fourth entity by simply cross multiplying, right? So, let us see. 10 matches out of a total number of matches they played is equivalent to 40%. That means I have, okay, 40% is 40 by 100, right? 40 out of 100 is the same as, the saying, it is the same as, how many matches did they give in terms of the number? 10 matches, right? So 40 out of 100 is the same as 10 out of how much? Correct? So now if I cross multiply, I'm going to get 10 into 100 by 40, okay, which is nothing but 25. So this is the number of matches that they played in all. Okay. Next question, if Chameli had 600 rupees left after spending 75% of her money, how much did she have in the beginning? Now in this question they're saying that 75% has been spent, right? After spending 75%, she's left with 600 rupees, correct? So carefully if you read the question again, now this 600 rupees that she's left with, okay, that is in terms of percentage. Can you tell me how much it is? Because 75% has been spent, right? So how much is left after spending 75%? I am left with 25%, right? So this 25% is corresponding to the actual amount of 600 rupees. So 25 out of 100 is the same as 600 out of how much, right? So when I cross multiply, I'm going to get 600 into 100 by 25, right? And this will give me 2400. So let me put the units here, rupees. Okay, so the amount, initial amount is nothing but 2400 rupees. Next, sixth question. If 60% people in a city like cricket, 30% like football and remaining like the other games, then what percent of the people like other games? If the total number of people is given, okay, find the exact number who like each of these games. So you have three categories here: cricket, football and others. Okay, so in terms of percentages, it is 60, 30 and the rest of it, which we'll calculate. And the total is given as 50 lakh, people. The total number of people is nothing but 60 lakh. Because I have three categories here, let me just write it in the form of a table. I have cricket, right? And I have football and I have others. Correct? Now they're saying that cricket is 60%. Football is 30%. So what does that leave us with? 60 plus 30 is 90. So I have 10% in others, right? You have others as 10%. Now they're saying that I need to calculate each of these number of people if the total number of people is given to be 50 lakhs. Total number of people that they have surveyed is given as 50 lakhs. So what is 60% of 50 lakhs? 60 by 100 into 50 lakhs, right? And this will give me 30 lakhs. So the answer for cricket is 30 lakhs. Okay. And then 30% is just half of 60%. So you can calculate, you're going to get 15 lakhs. And 10% of 50 is going to be 5 lakhs. 10% means simply I have to take 1 zero away from 50 lakhs, which will make it 5 lakhs, right? So this is your sixth sum. Next, I think with this we finish this exercise, right? So next let's go to the next 7.2. Here the solved example is item marked price is given as 840 and selling price is 714. Discount and discount percentage. I told you already, whenever you want the discount, you simply need to subtract these two, right? You will get the discount amount, and percentage is simply by taking this over the marked price. Why? Because discount is calculated on the marked price. You're going to get the answer, right? So that is your second example. In the third example, they're saying the list price of a frock is given as 220 rupees. The discount of 20% is announced. What amount, what is the discount amount and what is the sale price? Okay. So marked price is given as 220, right? 20% of 20% of 220 is nothing but 44 rupees. So if this is your discount amount, you subtract it from your mark price, you're going to get the selling price. Okay. So that is how you calculate the selling price. And then, so 176 rupees is your selling price. So they have given two different methods of finding it. Next, let's look at the try this question. A shop gives 20% discount. What would the sale price of each of these be? So here discount is on MP. So they're saying that discount is 20% and you have to simply calculate 20% of 120, right? And that is going to give you the, this is going to give you the amount of discount, and then you can subtract it from this in order to get your answer. Okay, 24. So you can do 90, 120 minus 24, which is nothing but 96, right? So this is one way of doing it. Or there's another, I mean, one step shorter than this is directly calculate 80%. If 20% is the discount, see, something is worth 100, 20% is the discount, that is you're going to pay only 80%. Okay, so if you do that also, you will directly get the answer as 96. Let us do that for this, you'll understand. Now here again 20% is discount, they're asking me only the selling price, not the discount amount or anything. So directly I can say 80% of 750. When I do that, okay, I'm going to get 600, which is nothing but my selling price. That is something marked at 750. I am getting it for 600 rupees. Now again 250, I have to do the same thing. I have to calculate 80% of 250. Again, I'm going to get 200. That means something that is actually marked at 250 on a sale, I'm buying it for 200 rupees, right? Next question. A table marked at 15,000 rupees is available for 14,400. Find the discount given and the discount percentage. Discount given is simply the difference between these two numbers, which is nothing but 600 rupees. Okay, that is nothing but my discount. And what is the percentage of discount? So now you know that discount is given on the marked price, that is 600 by 15,000 is equal to, out of 100 how much, right? So you do the cross multiplication and you will get the answer as 4%. So my discount is a mere 4%. Next question. An almirah is sold at 5,225 rupees after allowing a discount of 5%. Now this is the selling price, correct? And discount percentage is given as 5%. What is the marked price? So 100 equals marked price, right? 100 is equivalent to marked price, right? And whatever is given to me is how much? Like I told you, this 100, if 5% is a discount, what is my selling price? It's 95%, right? So I'm going to directly write it as 95 by 100 is equal to, why am I writing it like this? Because I'm given 5225, I'm given the amount of selling price, so I have to make use of that, right? And this will give me the answer of the marked price. So if you do the cross multiplication, I have 5225 into 100 by 95. When you simplify this, okay, you can use 5 table, 5, you can use 5 table, or you can go directly to 95s in 19 table, right? 19 fives in 95. So use the 19 table. Here I have 19 twos, 38, and then 142, 19 sevens, 133, and then I'll have 95, again 19 fives, correct? So, sorry, not 19, it's 5. 19 fives and 19 275s, and again 5 table, I have 55. So the answer for this question is 5,500 rupees. That is my marked price, right? So by directly writing it like this, like 80% over here in the first question and 95% in the third question, we are only avoiding one further step, right? So it's going to save time, and it's the same thing even if you first calculate the discount amount and then you add it to the selling price, even then you're going to get the marked price. Either way you'll get the answer. Okay, next, coming to the taxes. So this is the estimation part I was talking about in the previous video. If you have something like 15% on some price which has 577 rupees and 80 paise, you're going to approximate it for practical purposes, right? And then you take 10%, half of that, and you then add these two, you're going to get the discount amount approximately, which is good enough for the practical purpose. Next example, solved example. The cost of a pair of roller skates at a shop was 450 rupees. The sales tax charged was 5%. Find the bill amount. Now here, like I said, the tax is on the amount that you are going to pay, right? So now if out of the 100 rupees, okay, the 5 rupees, 5% is 5 rupees, that is your tax amount. Sorry, no, the bill amount is not given to us. We have to find the bill amount. What is given to us is what is the price on the roller skates and what is the tax amount. 5% is the tax amount. 450 is the cost of that particular item. So now 5% of this 450 is nothing but your tax amount, and when you add this tax amount to your bill, the cost of the item that you're buying, that will give you the total bill amount. Next time when you purchase any item, even if it is a grocery store or any other shopping, if you go for shopping, you can look at the bill and you can see that clearly they are going to give you separate what is the cost of the item and what is the tax that they are charging on that, right? And then they will add these two, and the final bill amount that you pay is the addition, the sum of these two things, right? So that is your fourth sum. Fifth example, Wahida bought an air cooler for 3,300 rupees including a tax of 10%. Find the price of the air cooler before VAT was added. Now here 3,300 is the bill amount. Okay, 3,300 in this case is the bill amount, and they are asking us what is the cost or the price of the air cooler before the VAT was added. Okay, now here you need to understand this. Look at it carefully. So first let us look at the percentages world. Okay, in my world of percentages, 100 is my cost of the item, 10 is the tax charged on it, right? And 110 is the bill I am paying. 110 is the bill amount that I am going to end up paying. Now in the real world, this is the percentage world. In the real world, I am paying 3,300, correct? And they're asking me what is this actual cost of the item. So I'm going to take these two, okay? So what I'm going to say is 110 is to 3,300 as 100 is to how much, correct? And this is going to give you, after cross multiplication, it is going to give you 3,000 as your answer. Is that clear? So you need to understand this clearly. What we are saying is the cost of the item, if it is 100, okay, in the percentage world, what is it in the real world? It is that ratio is going to be the same as your 110, which is the total bill amount, by in reality the bill amount, which is 3,300. So that is going to give you the answer as 3000 after cross multiplication. Right? Next question. Salim bought an article for 784 rupees, which included, again it's included of the GST. What is the price of the article before GST was added? Again, the percentage word. 100 is the cost of the item. 12 is my tax levied, and 112 is the bill amount that I am paying. Right? In the real world, how much did I pay? I am paying 784. And they're asking me what is the price of the article. This is what they're asking me, right? So again, I'm going to say, what is this? The price of the article by bill amount is the same as, in the real world, the price of the article by bill amount, right? So now after cross multiplication, you will get the answer as 700. Here, it's not 12, it's 112. Okay, it will give you the answer 700, right? So that is your sixth solved example. Next, 2 times a number is 100% increase in the number. If we take half the number, what would be the decrease in the percentage? What is the decrease in the percentage? Decrease percentage is nothing but whatever is the decrease by the original whatever and into 100, right? Correct. Now here you are taking half the number. So if this is the original number, original by 2 by original into 100 is going to give you 50%. Okay. So when you double a number, it's 100% increase. When you half the number, it is 50% decrease. I think what they're trying to make you realize is 100% when you're doing increase and decrease, it's not the same percentage. Like doubling is 100%. Whereas when you're taking half of it, it is 50%. That is, you need to understand that the base is different. That is why the percentages are differing here. Okay. Next, by what percent is 2000 less than 2400? Okay. So what is your base here? 2400 is your base. Less than this, so my denominator is going to be 2400. And what is the difference here? 400. So into 100. This is how you're going to look at it. Right? So you will get it in fractions. 6, 2 by 3%. Right? So this is your percent. Is it the same as the percentage by which 2400 is more than 2000? Let us calculate. The answer is no clearly from the first question. By now we got a feel of it that the base is going to be different for these two. That is why the percentage is going to be different. Now this is more than this, so I'm comparing 2400 with this. So my base is 2000 here. My base in this case is 2000, and the increase, more means increase is again 400. Numerator wouldn't change, and when I try to calculate the percentage, it's going to give me 20%. Okay, so here you can see that I have the same numbers, but when I'm going in this direction, decrease in the number in terms of percentage is given as 16, 2 by 3%. But if I am starting from 2000, I'm going to say there is a 20% increase in the number. So why is this percentage not as same as this percentage? Simply because here I'm going to take the when you're calculating A, I'm taking this as my base. When I'm calculating B, I'm taking this as my base. So wherever you start from, that point is going to be your base. That is the denominator. Okay. So that is about the try these and think discuss. We have only 5 sums. Let's quickly finish this exercise. This is going to be a little lengthy video, but I want to finish this so that we can start compound interest in the coming video. Next, so let's look at the first question. During a sale, a shop offered a discount of 10% on the marked prices of all the items. What would a customer have to pay for a pair of jeans marked at 1450 and two shirts marked at 850 each? Right? So now what they're doing is they have given the whatever is the cost on the tag of three items, one jeans and two shirts, right? And on each of these there is a discount of 10%, right? So, and after the discount, how much is he going to pay? Like I said, in order to avoid just one step, we will simply find 90% instead of finding the discount amount and then subtracting it from your marked price. Simply take 90%. So now the question is 90% of what? Right? 90% of what? I'm going to take the total selling price, okay, which is the sum of 1450 and two 850s. I'm going to take two shirts, right? So when you add this up, you're going to get 3150. Okay. Now they're asking me how much did he pay after the discount. Discount is 10%. So he's going to pay 90. Sorry, this is the total marked price. Total marked price. 90% of this amount is what he's going to pay. Correct? And this is going to be, after calculations, 5, 3, 20, 2,835. This is the amount he is going to pay after the discount. Let's look at the next question. The price of a TV is 13,000. Sales tax charged on it at the rate of 12%. What amount do you have to pay? So here what is given is the price of the item and then the tax that is charged on it. Okay, so you are simply going to take, I have here, price is 13,000, right? So in the percentage world, 100 is my 13,000. Why? Because it's the tax is charged on this, right? And what is the amount charged? 12%. Okay, and so what is the total amount you're going to pay? 112 in the percentage world. In the real world, how much is this amount that you're going to pay? So if you look at this cross multiplication, you're going to get 100 by 13,000 is the same as 112 by whatever we want to calculate. So this is 112 into 13,000 by 100. Okay, and this amount happens to be 14,560. So that is your answer. Okay, these are all subjective questions in the sense you have a descriptive paper, and when a question is given to you, you cannot solve it like this. You need to write the steps clearly. You need to mention that 13,000 is the cost of the item and the tax that is levied on it is 12%. So whatever is the given information, you need to first write step by step, and then this is the final step to arrive at the answer, right? Next, let's look at the third question. Arun bought a pair of skates at a sale where the discount was 20%. The amount he pays is 1,600. Find the marked price. So you know what I'm going to do, right? How much does he pay? 100 is your marked price. 20 is my discount. So he is going to end up paying 80, right? And they're saying that he ended up paying, they've given the amount. He pays 1,600. That means, okay, and I want they're asking us what is the original marked price. Okay, so 100 by the original mark price is nothing but 80 by 1600. Okay. So this is going to give me, if you cross multiply, 1600 by 80 into 100. This is nothing but 2000. So the original mark price of the roller skates is 2000 rupees, and he got a 20% discount, and so he got it at 1600 rupees. Next, I purchased a hair dryer for 5400 rupees including VAT 8%. Find the price before VAT was added. Again, here what we will do is, VAT is 8%. It is on my cost of the item, and I am going to end up paying 108 rupees, right? And how much did I actually pay? It is given as 5004, right? So they're saying that I have paid 5004 rupees, correct? I have paid 5004 rupees. So now they're asking me what is the cost of the item, price of the item before VAT was added. So 100 by that is nothing but 5400 implies, if I cross multiply, I'm going to get into 100, right? So here I'm going to simplify this. 18 table, if you look at 18 table, 18 6, 18 threes, right? And again 6 table, okay, and this will give me 5000. So you can say that before the VAT was added, the price of the item was 5000 rupees, right? Let's look at the fifth question, the last one. An article was purchased for 1239 rupees including GST. Find the price before GST was added. Okay, 18%. So if the article was 100 rupees and 18 rupees is charged, 118 is what I'm going to end up paying. And how much did I pay? they have given the number as 1239. 1239. Then what is this amount? Okay, so that's it. And I'm going to cross multiply this, and I will get 1239 by 118 into 100, right? So if you look at 118, let us see, I'll just do 2 table first, okay, and then 59, okay, 59 twos is going to give me 59 twos is 118, and then I'll have 59 here, so that's 21. That means the answer is 1050, right? So this is about our exercise 7.2. So let's quickly wrap it up, and next video we are going to start compound interest.